Last one for me, wrap it up. But our good friend Elliot Friedman wrote his 32 thoughts. Kirill Kaprizov lead to that section regarding playing MVP caliber level. Maybe this could be a Hart season for him or Hart candidate season. I know I had him third on my ballot a couple of years back. As one, I mean, I know you said it's not been a Kirill Kaprizov show. You know, Zuccarello has more goals than him. Other guys have been playing, but I wonder if this might be the year that he gets kind of that attention in the Hart Trophy conversation.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are some incredible players right now that are playing in the first 3 weeks of the season, Hart Trophy caliber efforts. 3 of them happen to be Russian. One's Artemy Panarin. One's the guy that you made chug a beer once in a post-game presser, and Nikita Kucherov, and the other's Kirill Kaprizov. And anybody that's around Joe Smith knows that he wants to make you chug beers. So I remember that same Colorado Tampa Bay series. We're in Colorado, and Joe, we both leave the arena at 12:30 in the morning, and we have 6 a.m. flights back to Tampa. And Joe texts me, he's like, "Hey, you want to get a beer?" I'm like, "No, man, we got to leave for the airport in like 3 hours." And I'm like, "No." Anyway, but yeah, I mean, if the Wild make the playoffs, I think he better be on people's Hart Trophy ballot, because these same people that vote are the ones that picked the Wild to finish 7th in the Central, which was completely stupid. I mean, like, that's something that I just can't believe that anybody looks at the Wild and looked at this roster and thought that if they were healthy with Kirill Kaprizov on the lineup, that they were not going to at least be a bubble team to make the playoffs. I mean, he is that good. And as long as he is healthy, he will not let them be a team that's going to be on par with fucking Chicago. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just insane. So that alone, I don't normally get pissed at prognostications, but I think people are just bored with the Wild that predicted them that low. And again, it's early, and I may look stupid for saying that, but as long as Kirill is playing well, this team is a playoff caliber team. And Kirill, even though he only has 2 goals this season, I think he's scored on the ice almost every single game. He's had 4 assists already this season that are just extraordinary assists. I mean, that play to Hartman in St. Louis, the play to Rossi where he steals the puck from Nick Leddy, the play the other night where Zuccarello didn't even move a muscle and just let Kaprizov do all the work and pulled Bobrovsky out of his net. I always find it fascinating too, guys. Like, I didn't write this, but like after the game, Bobrovsky's pulled, and who's the first person that I see in a suit outside the Wild locker room is Sergei Bobrovsky waiting for Kirill Kaprizov, and there Kirill comes out with jersey sticks, and they're trading stuff. It's just amazing how many friends that Kirill has in this league, and not just his countrymen. But here is a bad night for Sergei Bobrovsky. Kirill makes him look like a fool on that one play, and then what does he do? He goes and they're hugging it up after the game. I just think that Kirill is playing outstanding right now. 76 games left in the season, a long way to go.
Yeah, what struck me one of my first stories in Minnesota was on Kaprizov, and talked to a bunch of superstars in the league about what they see, like McKinnon and Crosby and Kucherov and all that stuff. And just amazing how much respect that they have for him in all these different areas of his game. So I think even though he might not be on that, MVP perspective as far as from the voting people the last couple of years, I think the peers in the league see what a unique talent this guy is and why is the,
Yeah. And Joe, when you come back, I think you're going to be just blown away about how much he's even changed from last year. Like, he is an absolute pleasure to cover right now. He'll start up conversations to shoot the breeze. The other night, we didn't ask for him in Columbus, but I went up to him just to see how well he knew Tarasov, because they're from the same hometown. And he told me this unbelievable story about Tarasov and his dad and all this stuff. In training camp, I wrote it today as the lead to the mailbag, just him talking about what it's like, what a training camp is like in the KHL compared to the NHL. And his English is just extraordinary right now. So, the other night in Florida, cracking jokes about, Zuccarello and him changing roles. So this guy is comfortable in his own skin right now, and is a true star and leader on this team.